don't ignore feedback from the travelers.
Do you think the number of followers they have online, does it impact your decision or not?
Addressing user input openly helps refine your service.
Literally any industry, don't buy followers. If people are just dying for the social media manager of Duolingo to comment under their content. Imagine booking your next vacation, and not because of an agent or a billboard that you saw somewhere about this place. No, it's about a social media post. What if I told you that your travel destinations and your travel choices are more influenced by Instagram Reels and TikTok more than anything else? If you're a social media manager or a business owner in the tourism industry, this episode is for you. We are going to be speaking about the best strategies and branding for any brand on social media in the tourism industry. Get ready, because this conversation is going to change how you see travel marketing forever. My guest today is someone who's actually very special and very dear to my heart. First of all, I'm very happy that he accepted to be on the Brand Growth Diary, because he's not really a person who's into the camera. He's more of the big guy who's behind all the strategies in the back end. So the thing is, this is something that I'm very happy and excited for him to have him over. And my guest today is Abdallah Alkotop, a marketing strategist with a thesis and a master's degree on how social media shapes customer decisions in the travel and hospitality industry. He's worked across multiple sectors, helping brands navigate the complex world of marketing and branding, from crafting high-converting social media strategies to leveraging AI in the hospitality marketing. He is here to share insights that can help you attract, engage, and convert customers in one of the most competitive industries. Before we get started, please make sure that you like, share, and comment so we know that you are actually serious about growing your brand in the tourism industry, because we're about to break strategies that actually work. So, Abdallah, welcome.
First of all, thank you, Sundus, for your warm welcome. Let me introduce myself. My name is Abdallah Alkotop, and I'm an operations manager at Amados Strategies, specializing in brand relations, graphics, and project management, with an MBA in marketing and a strong background in tourism. And I'm interested in business development and digital marketing. And I have worked across diverse roles, from sales and executive assistant to social media management and brand coordination. So I'm excited to be here today and to share my experiences and insights and the lessons I have learned along with my professional journey. And thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I'm actually very happy that I'm starting the series with someone from my team, not just someone from my team, someone I've been working with for a very long time right now. And I'm very, very proud of your journey. I'm very proud of all the improvements that you're doing in every aspect of your work. Okay, so guys, literally, this guy comes to me with new ideas, with new solutions for issues that are happening around, and let's say for our clients as well. And then out of nowhere, I'm like, okay, so this is your niche. We have to start working on that. And then automatically he is so flexible with even switching to niches and making sure that he's able to support you with what you need. So now, with literally bringing his administrative background, his operations and managerial aspects as well, and his skills, going to social media and literally having a thesis in it, this is just awesome and mind-blowing. So that's why I was very excited to have you here. And I think the travel niche is not well covered on YouTube. So I believe this is going to be a great step for us moving forward. And it's great for our audience who are in the travel industry, whether you're a UGC creator, an influencer, or you're a business owner there. I think just get your notebook. It's going to be a juicy episode. So let's go. Now, let's begin with the first question that I have. Is actually really interesting. First of all, yes, it's extremely interesting that you have a master's degree and thesis in a very niche topic on how social media affects customers' decisions in their travel and hospitality related choices. I am very curious and want to know why you chose specifically to focus on social media as the core of choices for the ideal customers in the travel industry.
Okay, to answer that, first I need to clarify one thing, that I have done tourism and hotel management in my bachelor degree. And when I decided to go for master in MBA, I thought about many different topics to write about or to talk about. I started doing my research, reading more articles to check the gaps that I could write or talk about. So I chose social media to explore role in shaping tourism marketing, specifically the influence of platforms like Facebook and Instagram on travelers' decisions. I found that gap over there. There's many researchers or academics talk or spoke about it, but not in the way I did, because they spoke about the same topic but different gaps. And I have collected the gap from the articles, from the previous articles. So yes.
All right, so that's awesome. So the thing is, you think that the social media has a big impact on people right now choosing their travel destinations? Like, would someone literally base their entire decision to go to a specific country or city based on what they see on social media?
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. I'm seeing this as well. There's like a huge rise on this. And I still feel like a lot of tour industries, or let's say, for example, the tour agencies, they're still depending on the old way of marketing instead of leveraging, selling people the lifestyle that comes with traveling to that destination, which is something that I don't know why they're not working on it until this day.
People nowadays, I don't want to need, but they must follow the trends and follow the new era and use or implement the technology that we have nowadays.
Absolutely, yes. All right, and what is actually like one takeaway you took from the impact of social media on the customer's choices, like out of like after your thesis? So the thing is, like, having an experience as a user on social media is one thing, and then you having like literally a master's degree in it is like another thing. So the thing is, if like describe one takeaway on the impact of social medias on like customers' choices, what advice would you give to social media managers working in the tourism industry right now?
A crucial finding is that the user-generated content, like reviews or photos and stories as well, significantly sways the traveler's decisions. And my advice is to encourage and showcase authentic customer experience because it builds more trust than the traditional promotions alone.
All right, and like, how do you think basically, all right, for lead generation? So the thing is, if we're talking about the brand awareness stage, I think that 100% makes sense. But the thing is, if I want to dive into, I want to start to make sales through social media as a travel agency or as a social media manager for a travel agency, I want to try to reason my content to be around that topic. So for example, right now, from your opinion and in the same time from your expertise, what do you think are the most effective lead generation strategies you have found for the hospitality industry?
When we talk about the lead generation strategies, one of them, I think, from my opinion, is to highlight real guest experiences through social proof.
Yeah.
To do that, I think to combine user-generated content with targeted ads and consistent engagement in travel-related online communities and trends to produce a highly qualified lead.
All right. So for example, right now you're saying that like if I want to start to manage like a travel agency's brand, how if right now, okay, you're going to be taking over travel agency's brand and you're going to like be their social media manager, how would you tailor the social media content to basically effectively attract the right audience that you want to attract, and at the same time like you want to engage with them and you want to attract the tourists for the like the right season that is coming up? So how would you do that?
I would do that with starting to create a visually appealing content that reflects genuine travel experiences like photos or short videos, and it make it easy to interact with like the quick pools and the Q&As bars, like with a clear call to actions and well-placed travel tips also keep users engaged.
Could you give an example of something that you're not seeing right now that travel agencies are doing or social media managers they're not doing, and if they capitalize more on, that would much help with their conversions, whether it's sales or it's engagement?
For example, I think instead of showing or printing a lot of brochures, they could use like the visual appealing content, which is they can go themselves to the places they provide or they serve, take a clear videos with a clear content to show people instead of just giving them a piece of paper and explain the journey, for example. Or else they could use something we use in hospitality or in general in travel and tourism, visual reality. We use that to show people who cannot travel, for example, to a specific or a particular destination. We can use that to show them the full journey before they go.
Exactly.
They could apply something like that as a travel agencies.
Yes, absolutely. And at the same time with branding. So the thing is, like, I feel like a lot of travel agencies and even with social media managers, they're not really focused on branding aspects. So the thing is, like, what role does branding play in the success of hospitality business? And basically sometimes, all right, like if we're looking at Duolingo right now, Duolingo literally made it so viral, specifically across TikTok, that people are just dying for the social media manager of Duolingo to comment under their content. So the thing is, and how would we be able to build a strong brand like this in a sector like tourism or like travel, and specifically with so much competition? So how can we make something that stand out and make people just want to be around us, whether it's digitally online or whether it's through the experience they're having with us when they're traveling?
Branding establishes the trust and recognition, and travelers choose names they resonate with to stand out or to maintain consistent visual identity. Like like a tone of voice and highlight what makes your destination or service genuinely unique.
Okay, absolutely. So, but the thing is, let's say, for example, you want to focus more on creating a digitally unique experience. So, do you have an idea of how we can help more tourism brands or, for example, tour agencies to be able to create something like that? For example, I was talking about Duolingo right now. So, with Duolingo, they made very funny comments under people who are either language learners or even very popular influencers. So, the thing is, it became literally a trend that people post content, and what they want Duolingo to do is to comment under it. So, right now, let's say, for example, those tour agencies or those industries in the tourism sector, they want to create a unique experience online. How should their mentality be, or where should they put their focus in their branding online?
I think to use the real traveler or travelers' experiences. There's no need for them to plan something or to create something, because what travelers care about is to have something from the reality, not to be fooled. If I'm gonna speak about my experience when I travel, I always go through the booking or social media to check if the travel agency or the agents spoke about was real or not. So there is no need for them to spend like money, time to create something, but they could focus on their clients or the travelers' experiences, the real ones.
Okay. Also, another thing that this is something that a lot of brands focus on, especially initially. Do you think that the number of followers, like let's say if you're choosing a travel destination with a tour agency and you want to like book a whole trip with them, do you think the number of followers they have online, does it impact your decision or no?
Yes, for sure it does, because these people over there, they are like us or like me. There's something that made all of them to choose this account or this agency or this influencer to follow and to take tips and choose their destinations based on that page.
Absolutely.
But it is important to make sure that these numbers or these numbers of followers are real and they are not fake.
Yes, exactly. So please, for anyone watching, not just if you're in the tourism industry, literally any industry, don't buy followers. Really, it's pointless. It's gonna ban all of your work. Pointless.
And for anyone, how to know or how to make sure that these numbers are not fake, basically you can go check the likes, the comments, from the engagement rate, you can figure it out.
Yes, absolutely. So one thing I have seen before is that, all right, so let's say, for example, you have like 1,000 followers, you have to at least have 10% of that engaging with you. So if that's happening, that means your followers are real, because not necessarily your entire 1,000 followers, your content is going to be shown on their feed. And by the way, it's actually a good thing if your content is shown to more non-followers, because that means your content, the algorithm understands what is it about and it's pushing it to more people who understand your type of content. So this is a whole overall great thing. But the thing is, if let's say, for example, you have like 10,000 followers and you're having 3 likes, there's just definitely something wrong here that you need to look at. Not necessarily they're fake followers, but definitely they're people who are not interested in your content. So it's either you remove them, and yes, having less followers who are actually interested in your content is way better than having a huge number of followers that are not interested in your content, because then the algorithm is not going to even push your content to the right audience. So just we need to put that in mind. All right, so now from your actual experience in the tourism industry, what is the one mistake that you feel business owners or social media managers, they are doing that is costing them a lot without them realizing?
Look, there is like many mistakes out there, but many ignore the customer feedback, like the feedback shared on social media, or bury the negative reviews.
Yeah.
They don't know that addressing user input openly helps refine your service and prevents damaging the word of mouth, which is the most important thing in hospitality industry.
And actually, for the last question, which is quite personal to me, is how has your experience with Amados strategies helped you navigate the marketing and branding world?
Okay, just let me say this before I answer your question. It didn't teach me only in marketing, but in general, it taught me a lot in my even personal life. Now I'm going to answer the question. It taught me to blend data-driven decisions with storytelling. For professionals aiming to improve marketing, you should stay updated on social media trends, leverage your analytics, and build personal connections with online community to stand out.
Oh, awesome. I'm so happy to hear that.
You can basically, or something easier than what I said, you can follow Amados strategy.
Yes, please follow Amados strategies. We do a lot of hard work. We really care about the brands that we're working with as well. So the thing is, I personally, away from anything, I'm so passionate about travel. So the thing is, if you're a brand in the tourism industry or social media in the tourism industry, you can book your free consultation with me and Abdullah. Anytime, we're going to be more than happy to help. You're going to be more than happy to navigate the challenges that you're going through. And we're going to give you tips that you're just going to be so happy about after that call. And actually, this is the thing that I have the last question for you, Abdullah, for today, is that what tips would you give to other professionals looking to improve their marketing and tourism and travel?
It is a hard question, but I think to focus more on their social media strategies and to focus more on the real content from their travelers or their clients. Yes,
absolutely. And also like to add on one of there as well is that try to think from the customer experience. So the thing is, try to put yourself in the shoes of the customer who's traveling. Are you trying to attract solo digital nomads, or for example, solo travelers, or women solo travelers, or whatever? So the thing is, make sure that you're tailoring your content for them. Make sure that you're building that type of experience for them.
Yes, exactly. And one more thing we spoke about, but I want to repeat it. Don't ignore the feedback from the travelers or from the customers, whether they were positive or negative.
100%. I totally agree with that. That really don't ignore them, capitalize on them. I told you, literally from the negative comments, you can create content. The negative comments are going to be the biggest foundation for you to build your brand to be better. So it's like you're having a free survey out there. Understand the issues that happen and then work on them. Really great tips, Abdullah. And really, thank you so much. And I'm very excited for us to even do more episodes together that are going to be even more specific into more challenges and pain points of our audience and what they are passing through. So the thing is, yes, you can't imagine how happy I am for having you here. And that's it for today.
Thank you for having me here. I enjoyed our stream today. Thank you so much and see you later.
Thank you. Goodbye.